the Queen City podcast, y'all. Welcome to the Queen's Lounge, okay? Today, we have, to my right,
Carmen Laren in the building.
and to my left.
It's Troi Lauren.
Okay, and Lish in the middle of there. Ooh,
Okay.
Moni in the middle. Where she at? In the middle.
Hey.
You know that's my middle name for real?
Monet.
M-O-N-E-T, Monet.
Oh,
Moni
yes.
in the middle. Where she at? In the middle. It's real.
You're going to start introducing yourself as Moni, aren't you?
Moni in the middle. When I'm in the middle,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so fitting.
It is.
That's fair.
NT way. What y'all got in your cups? What y'all drinking on today?
It's water in my cup.
I wish it was water in my cup, but it's a margarita.
And
It's almost like water. It's just like
one
water.
margarita, okay?
It's like the same color.
This is, I'm also doing a margarita. One margarita. And it's kind of true.
And I'm shaking that
Yeah, one margarita. That's all. Just
Clearly, we're in good spirits today. Cheers,
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome to
Cheers.
the Queen's Lounge.
ass. Wait, y'all. It is water in here, but it's also tequila here.
You know what?
Okay? I don't want to leave y'all out. So I'm like in the margarita spirit, but
How?
different.
Tequila.
I don't
water
even want to know how they
wild.
goes together.
It does go together.
No, people drink it for sure.
Yeah.
It's just
Really?
Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Watered down tequila.
I'm going to be
Vodka and
hydrated
water.
tomorrow.
Vodka and water.
Yes.
Yeah, like people, especially
Yes.
like
For every shot, you take 2 cups of water. That's it.
Now that I get, but not at the same time.
Yeah, people
Just do
at
it
the same
together.
time. Vodka water, tequila and water, but they
I do it all the time.
specifically with light liquors.
Mm-hmm.
They be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I would never. But
Me either. I can't be bothered with that.
blend is a thing for sure.
I had it 2 cups. Like what?
It's a thing. I'm cultured. Okay?
If my sister said I got a double fisted,
Hey,
that's what I heard.
hey, that's true. It's the truth.
It's the truth. She said we doing one then the other.
One to the other.
Why am I this way?
Because she's crazy.
You know about that? Did we do a nice little stroke? Is that what I missed?
That's what I told you. That's when you play it back, you're gonna see. You're gonna see.
No.
Like, okay.
All right.
I'm gonna stop doing it.
Well, I'm glad that we're turned today because we have some juicy gossip. Okay? Today's topic is about the men in our lives.
Oh, hey guys.
Okay.
We putting them in categories today, y'all. Because every woman knows that there are categories of men and the levels in which you have to keep them away from you or you're welcoming them into your life.
Yes.
And this might be petty, but so what? Here we are.
Okay.
It's important.
So, worst guys to date, best guys to date, and then we gonna go through like the descriptions because we need to. That's where we are with it today. Okay.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So,
Buckle up, y'all. We don't even know what's going to
I
happen.
don't know what's about to go down, but I'm loving I'm right. Okay.
For sure.
ooh, now we have talked about this before. If you've seen our other pods, because we tap into this quite often, we got some church girls in the building.
Not me.
Me. It's
Us
me and
though,
her.
traumatized.
For sure traumatized.
So we're gonna start with church
Oh.
ninjas. Church
Oh,
ninjas. We're gonna start with the church boys. Good, bad, ugly.
It's a no for me. Bad for me. In the basement for me. For sure. Hands down. There is no other answer.
Baby, they the worst.
Dang.
The worst ones.
Okay,
Anybody
so that's a no
around.
for you. For you, it's
It's
also
a hell no.
It's a hell.
Church boys? Are you kidding?
Now listen, I'm gonna tell you.
No, thank you.
I would still do one, and the only reason is
She crazy.
a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but
But the Lord.
God. But
God.
That's what I
But God.
But God. But no. I would still do one, but I have to. You gotta leave space for the fact that like I'm a church girl, right? Ish. But I love the Lord. But I'm also a collection of things that shouldn't exist together at the same time. So we can go to church and we can pray and we can read our word, but we're also going to the club and we're also, doing the things.
See, but the church folks want to be in the church, bending you over in the closet. The church
I've heard
folks,
that. I've never experienced
They want to
that.
be in the pool pews,
I want to know,
giving
is that
Good
his experience?
I don't do the church.
No. Because you said it. Because you gotta qualify that statement.
Those
Is
are
that
very specific.
right? Because I never
pop in the church closet.
No,
As a
I've
matter of
heard
fact,
that, but have you done it? Is
Was
what
it?
I'm asking.
The answer is no.
Okay.
but seen it.
But I've seen it, I've heard about it, and I've
Yeah.
experienced it secondhand. It traumatized me secondhand.
See, I didn't have those church experiences. I be having experience where like people are just real about their life, what they struggle with, what they. And I've also had the experience they in church guys where it's like they shelf you, they hide you, they hold around, they do, you know what I'm saying? So like for me, it's a little 50-50.
They be
I
gay
will
too.
still-
They either be
No,
hoes or
that's
they be gay.
scary. I will still
They be
I will
nasty.
still date a drug dealer, but
Ooh.
I'm
We
not.
gonna get to them because they might be my favorite.
I'm not talking about
the one.
the church
That's
guys.
where
They
it
might
might
be the men to marry. Ask me. But anyway.
Oh, that sounds great.
Give me the nerd
Yeah,
any
that sounds
day.
great. The nerd.
I
What?
want the nerd. I want
That
the
shocks
articulate, the intelligent,
That does not shock me.
aspiring
Yeah.
guy. That's what I want. Now, in this part of my life, I want
That's
somebody that's going to nerd out with me.
crazy.
Nerdy guys.
Because
Well,
I'm
what
also
would you
a big
consider a nerdy guy? Because
that's
I
a good
love
question.
intellect, but I wouldn't say that I
Right.
like nerds.
That's
So,
fair.
like, what would be the category of
Yeah.
like nerdy guys? Like,
For
what
sure.
what would?
Because you can be an intellectual
Well,
and not be like
The mad
socially weird.
tech, computer folks, the people in real estate and marketing, the
Real
authors and entrepreneurs, and that like the hands-on computer folks.
But I feel like some of the people you named in that category would be the corporate guy.
Which is the same as the nerdy guy to me.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't say that.
Okay,
I would
so
say corporate
describe
and
your
nerdy.
nerdy guys, Lish.
My nerdy guy is somebody who's like super smart, kind of socially like awkward,
Okay. Check.
introverted, like I don't know, kind of a little weird, but weird because he's so smart that like he doesn't interact with people the way most people interact with each other.
Look at her. She's like, he sounds delicious.
She's sweating
Love him.
under her arms right now. She's falling in love with
Wait,
the
oh
description.
God.
I'm cracking up.
Well, I don't want them to be awkward or weird because that don't work for me either. So I like a nerd that is kind of more cool than not, for sure.
Okay.
I don't want the weird guy with the pimple and the zits and don't know how to take care of themselves and their hygiene is low and they're just only focused on
insanity.
Yeah, like
it is what it
He's
is.
describing a whole other guy right now.
Right. Because that might be the dirty bull.
Right.
That might be the
Maybe. I don't know. But somebody who is introverted and stays away from people usually aren't up on social standards or just
Right.
societal norms.
Yes.
Which means hygiene is
I'm
sometimes
sorry, baby.
low.
If it don't make you
No.
uncomfortable that you have not washed your ass, whether you around people or not,
You should wash your ass.
No,
no.
introverts definitely
It's
take
a no.
showers to
I
wash
take
up.
showers.
We take showers, and I'm also an introvert, but we take showers.
Yeah.
I'm an ambivert.
That's a hard reset when you take a shower. Like getting in that water again, we do that.
Whatever. I don't know. Let's go back to the church guys. My bad.
All right.
Yeah.
We went tangent.
I don't like church guys because I feel like they're lost. And that might be like, duh, Captain Obvious, right?
It's
Because
not.
people go to church because they want to find God, they want to find themselves, all those things. But they be so lost, they should not be dating.
Hello.
You hear me? Listen to me. Stop dating people because you are lost and you got to find yourself and the Lord and all the things
You ain't that for real.
before you really get into it. And dudes don't be doing that. They be trying to like, and part of it is not even like the church guy's fault. It's like the church institution that creates this like, you don't have to be fully well to be in a relationship and get married. Like God wants you to get married so you don't fornicate and so you don't sin, right? And since you have desires, go ahead and marry that girl that you're with. Except they don't put enough emphasis on getting to know that girl, getting to know yourself, getting to know if y'all are actually compatible. It's not just I met you in church and you go to church and I go to church so we could go together and be together and let's get married. Like that is dumb.
It's not
That's the dumbest shit ever.
It's not enough.
You're right. You're right.
I got a cousin that been married like 5 times because she follows those principles.
Yes.
She want to have sex so bad that she just married her.
And my thing is just have the sex. Just have the sex.
the sex.
And kind of like deal with God on the fact that you want to have the sex.
Mhm.
And y'all work through that. You and God.
Lord, you know
But
my
like, please don't get married. because you want to have the sex. And I know everybody uses the scripture, church girl here. It's better to get married than to burn.
Baby,
you know what? I'm not going to either.
That's terrible. That's a scripture somewhere.
That is a whole ass scripture. It says it's better to marry than to burn. And I'm like, I'm not going to marry or burn. I'm going to take care of my needs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get married if it's the best thing for me to do. And I need that to be the norm. Let's normalize doing things that make sense for our lives and make us like be able to function well.
Yeah. I will say this
in
though,
society.
You're not wrong when it comes to putting enough emphasis on being well and not just finding a person, but being a good person.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that as you know, I love y'all. I'm gonna hold y'all hand as I say this. Okay. We gotta do better with that. We not really preparing people super well. Now, if there was such a thing as like an ambivert as far as church would go, that's me. That's me.
Come on now, that is what it is.
That's me.
Know thyself.
Yeah, but trust me, we gonna have a great time over here. That notwithstanding, what's the other guys that you would?
Right, I'm about to say, Lish just mentioned people not knowing themselves and being lost, and so they shouldn't be dating. I guarantee you, every guy or category that you about to run down
Has
they lost
somebody,
and they need to
For
not.
sure.
I guarantee it.
That's
For sure. But I think there's a specific population of lost boys that actually are in church, and it's I say that because you find the similarities. It doesn't matter what church it is. Anybody who grew up in church knows what I'm talking about. It's like a specific selection of dudes that are like repressing all the things that they really want to do. They don't know how to deal with it. They're not taught how to deal with it. And I'm specifically, I guess I'm specifically talking about dudes who grew up in church. Because coming to church as an adult is a little different. Growing up in church though, you're repressing like all of your natural tendencies for God. And it's
do this
for God. Yeah, and it's
because
like
it's really a lot more for the institution of the church.
It's really the people that I can't fuck with when it comes to church and Christians in general. I can't fuck with the people. I got nothing against the big G.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we all love God for real. I know I do.
Yeah, I love God. You don't love God?
What's wrong with you? But it's just how people approach their relationship with God.
Yeah.
It just hits everything on the spectrum, baby.
So here's what I want to offer.
And church is not a good indicator as to where they are on the spectrum. That's what I want to say. Okay, go ahead.
I want to offer this. I don't believe that God is intimidated by us being human.
Yes.
Like, I just don't live my life with that hanging over me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that whatever it is that you might be dealing with, you know, you still might need to deal with it. But I don't subscribe to this idea of like shaming people or making them feel guilty or, you know what I'm saying, for things that are just natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When God deals with me, He does not make me feel ashamed, even if I need to be corrected. Or it's not like, you know, any guilt. It's like, it always feels like love. Every time, it always feels like love. So when you enter a space that's, you know, supposedly correcting you, but it doesn't feel like love, it's not a good thing. And I understand what you mean, where like there's a lot of working through things that need to happen, and it don't be in love for real, it be in condemnation.
Yeah.
And that's not really, you know what I'm saying, where we need to be living. But with that, I don't know if we did a really good job at saying what it is about church guys that can make it real hard to like.
Oh, I'll say it. I said it. It's the repression.
This is
It's
I
the
think
struggle.
It's more than that. I think it's something else than that.
Well, for me, what I've experienced, and I've only dated a few, less than 3.
Okay.
I prefer the outside ninjas, but the ones that I've dated in the church, I have found them to have the internal struggle that they haven't worked out, and then I'm the casualty of that internal struggle. So I can't with y'all. Y'all gotta work that out. You need to go to therapy. Church is good. I'm glad that you are finding the Lord, but also a therapist can help you with the other things that you need to work through, and maybe even utilize what you know about God and the Bible and all the things, and combine it with clinical therapy to help you work through the struggles.
Yeah.
And I cannot be bothered. Sorry. I'm sorry.
So I got another answer, and I think it's two of them. I remember one for sure. So there is a lot of manipulation that I see within church men and dating them.
Tell me what you mean.
They present as one way. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. How you doing? They are very respectful. They're very present. They're tentative, or
It's crazy because it's true.
They're attentive, not tentative, because we ain't waiting for nothing. They're attentive.
Yeah.
You know, they give you so much respect until they get you where they want you, and then they just disregard you in a different way, right? So I see that as a lot of manipulation within that population of daters.
That is interesting.
And then I also see and hear that a lot of them have been indoctrinated too soon into a explicit lifestyle by some of their elders. And not just male elders, but female elders. They be touching on the people that are raised up in the churches.
Oh, you found there to be like sexual assault going on.
Well, that's a thing in and of itself. Like, I'm not talking about the sexual assault itself.
Grooming?
I'm talking about a lot of grooming I get from there. Like, they're just overly sexualized beings.
Really?
And usually the root of that comes from this old head that was at the church, or she used to babysit us or something like that.
So predators in church, that's a thing.
That's a real thing.
I think that is slightly on one end of the extreme, though. The church.
I'm not talking about the predators.
Experience.
I'm talking about, for me, very specifically, they have presented to be over-sexualized and insatiable, therefore hurtful and terrible to date because of how they started their sexual journey.
But I think that taps on some of
The repression. I was about to say, I found that to be connected. Yeah. That could be one of the reasons why it's repressed, because maybe, that's kind of wild.
So here's the thing for me that I experienced now I've had some positive relationship with church guys, okay? I just want to say that.
God bless you. I'm so
positive relationships with men from the church. I've also had some negative ones, and what was so hurtful to me about when it was not a good experience was that you would be expecting a standard.
That's the part.
You expect for this man of God, right, to sit you down and tell you, listen, I'm not at a place where I can give you this. And I see that you want it. I can see that you need it. I'm not a person who can do that for you. But this is what I can do. I can be here for you in this way. Or I can be, or if you on what I'm on, you know what I'm saying? We can just hang out.
Integrity.
Yes, integrity.
Communal.
Really big one. And here's the thing. I remember dating a church musician, and we need to talk about them too.
Musicians are another category.
They have the same
people. To that. Go ahead.
I remember dating a church musician. Yo, this is a wild story.
Oh
okay,
God.
So
God.
I was dating a church musician, and he I didn't know that he had been dating someone who I considered very close to me. I didn't know that. And I found that out by way of him telling me that they got pregnant.
Oh.
I told you this was a bad story, didn't I? I
But-
said it was a bad story.
There's so many of these wild stories. The wildest stories I ever heard have been church dudes.
Let me finish my story.
The worst ones. Go ahead, girl.
So,
They got pregnant. And he was supposed to be fucking in church.
Well,
Was they married?
no.
Then what the
This
hell?
But this is aside from that,
Better
because
than
everybody
marrying a bird. No,
everybody knows that scripture is in there.
Okay.
But very few people
And here.
adhere, right? So I found out, you know, he told me like, yeah, it's like a crazy thing that happened and this and that, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. So like, what are you going to do? And he's like, well, we're not gonna, you know, stay with it. We're not gonna keep it, and I still want to be with you, and this and that.
What?
And
Delusional.
so like, I broke up with him,
Good for you.
but we were still like knowing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
still
cool,
kicking it.
and,
Y'all
like,
was still
kinda-
kicking it.
After a time, after a little bit of time.
Like knowing each other like the homie, or knowing each other like still lady.
They was still kicking
Y'all was
it.
still horizontal sometimes.
No.
Kicking
We was at first. It was just like kind of being
friends.
friendly
Okay.
because we was in and around the same space, and
Okay.
you know we had a good rapport. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
And then one day it was like, okay, let's be horizontal. And I was just like, I mean, y'all not together and we not together, and we was just in a relationship, so
why not?
okay, right. And
We be forgetting.
so the thing is, I didn't know that they were back together.
They always back together.
I didn't know that. And the reason I found out that they were back together,
Cause she got pregnant again.
no.
Okay.
Let me tell my story.
Sorry, good. I'm sorry.
So another musician friend of mine, and you know this friend,
Oh.
called me one day and said, you know I love you, right? And was like, I need you to tell me when was the last time that you engaged? And I'm like, this is a really weird question, but you my friend, so I'm gonna like, I'm gonna just tell you, you know. So I'm like, oh, it was about this time. And I lied to you not. He was like, I wanted it to be a lie. Like, that's what he said. He was like, I wanted it to be a lie. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, I was just in a rehearsal with these people, and he named the people. And then he was like, yeah, so-and-so was saying how, you know, you're really good in bed, and how this, that, and the other, and how his girlfriend this, and how, and I'm absolutely mortified.
Calling you the girlfriend? Or
No.
the other girls? He's talking about both of y'all in the same
He
room.
wasn't saying that he wasn't even talking about sex with the girlfriend. This is how I found out that I was a side piece.
Oh. Keep going.
That's how I found out.
Wow.
So not only am I just finding out that this man is actually with his ex, I'm also finding out like he is discussing what we did,
Mortified.
and I know for a fact that I hadn't told nobody because I was trying not to be, you know what I'm saying? I was trying, but not just messy, but I was trying not to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? It was a moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had slipped up, and I was just like,
Videos, the flesh.
Here's the thing.
So like that was really cringy because I was not protected, and I thought that I could expect some level of integrity in that regard, and
Discretion.
it's really, it's not different than any. I'm not gonna say it's not different than any other man, because some men do that, some men don't. But the thing that made it hurtful to me was just the disappointment of, dang, we're supposed to be this thing, and even if we step down here for a second, you know what I'm saying? Because we human and we got flesh. Like, why can't I expect you to treat me? You know what I'm saying?
Better.
Like this standard that we both say that we uphold. Why can't I expect that? And that was a lesson that I will never forget.
I've heard so many stories like that. My response is no, thank you. God bless all of y'all. God bless y'all. I hope you find the love of your life in church. You in church, he in church. I hope y'all are able to make it work. God bless. I've only seen it happen with my parents' age and above. So there's that. Okay, you met somebody in church. Y'all was born in the 50s. You had a good chance. The 60s. You had a good chance. After that, I can't speak to nobody that
They be taking
was born
people's
after
men
that.
too. Like the way
sure do.
they be taking people's
They
men.
really do.
I think they just settle into it.
It's
That's
just
all.
a trash heap. I can't be bothered.
Cannot.
But speaking of cannot,
Okay.
men,
That's
women,
what I'm
and
saying.
everybody, let's go
Sorry.
to the most honorable, because we talked about. I think we
Oh.
maybe can agree that the church has the most dishonorable
No, I'm not going to
category.
agree to that.
We can agree to
I'm
that.
not going to agree to that.
She says they're on a higher level than the most
I don't
dishonorable.
think they're.
Maybe
yeah,
she
they're
thinks
not the
they're
most
fourth place.
dishonorable.
I don't know.
They're not the most dishonorable.
But we can talk about the most honorable,
Yes, we can.
because that is a thing.
That's beautiful.
And I found the most honorable
Criminals.
to be, yes. Please give me a hood any day.
That's crazy
The
to
most
say.
loving, the most trustworthy, the most honorable dudes I have ever dated have been in the streets. And not in the streets like sleeping around like they doing the most with a bunch of women, but like out here doing illegal things. They've been the smartest. And they come with their own set of problems, okay? Because they often sometimes have issues like trauma and alcoholism and jail and death, murder, and
she said I would choose the bear. That's what she said. She said I would choose the bear before I choose a church ninja. That's what my distance is.
I mean, it's good for you.
Because
I
they
already know what I'm up against.
I'm listening, and knowing what you up against is not even like, it's like, I know he out here doing things, right? He's not living right. However,
I think we can all agree.
he loved me a lot. He treats me nice, like he's so into me.
No, can we agree that knowing what to expect and what you get is better than not knowing?
For sure. I don't like surprises, not in relationships.
How can I prepare my mind?
Yes.
There's no right or wrong. But
Because you get to sign up or not.
that part. I want to sign up. Like, don't. Please do not blindside me. You will get your car scratched up, your windows pop out. Like, don't blindside me. Because now you have declared war, and I'm here for it. We all talk about this. I'm the crazy one for real.
I'm gonna go cry.
I'm gonna cry while I scratch your eyeballs out. Because what we not gonna do is hurt my feelings.
You gonna find out what we both gonna find out what I'm gonna do together.
Yikes.
And that's just the truth. We gonna both find out how I'm gonna play this. Cause I don't know.
Because I don't know. So we're going how I feel.
So I think we can agree. Well, I don't know. Maybe we don't agree.
I
But you
will
don't
say,
agree with that.
I've never dated a hood nigga in that capacity.
No? Really?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
A
like,
drug dealer, dude that live in the projects, like none of that.
no,
A drug dealer or somebody to be
Somebody
like
that
here,
steal
hold
cars.
this.
No,
Not somebody or a scammer.
Yeah, a scammer.
no.
Damn.
But I will say, a lot of them was my niggas.
I'm missing out. They was your homies.
A lot of them was
Well,
my
you,
niggas.
I mean, maybe
And
you
they
saw
are-
it from a different side.
And when I think about it,
But
they
they're
are
good friends,
absolutely-
aren't they?
They're really good friends, but they are beautiful lovers. That
Who
I
are
will
beautiful
say.
lovers?
The,
Scammers?
the, the
The
people that I know, the drug dealers. I never dated them, but I watched them with their women. I watched them with their children.
Oh my
And they are loyal. I
They're
see
like
that.
loyal. They're kind.
You know what it is?
I don't know.
It's that there's a code.
There's a street code.
There's a code, and it don't even gotta be street per se, but there's a code. Like if, and maybe this is just for me, but I don't like it when a man has a code, something he lives by, his
A
beliefs.
code of conduct. And it doesn't necessarily. I guess the term would be street code from like TV, but it's really just a code of
But
conduct.
it's not just street for me.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like
church.
that term came from television. That's what I'm saying. I feel like they use it on TV, and that's why I said it. But like, really, it's the code of conduct
Yeah.
that they adhere to. Because church has a code of conduct, but
Yes.
what we agree on is that not many people follow
Abide
that
by it.
code
That's
of
true.
conduct. And it's like we not even tripping off the code. It's that no one follows it.
Right.
And I think, to circle back to church boys, just for the
my
last
gosh.
time, it's the last thing I want to say. Because this needs to be said. I feel like it's not said enough. I think the institution does not hold people accountable enough when they're not adhering to the code. It's like God will take care of them. And it's like, all right, that's cool. God will take care of them. But what is the institution of church going to implement with this person or with this situation? Like even the law, right? Like if you have the law is a code of conduct. If people don't abide by the law, there are consequences that the law enforces.
In front of your peers.
If you're caught, if you're caught in church, sometimes I feel like it's not really addressed or like it's not dealt with in the same way, and I don't like that. But whatever, that's where I don't be going.
In the churches that I came up in, they definitely were.
Yeah.
There were consequences.
Yes, you would get sat down. What? You're
Yes.
not getting up on here ministering and doing all the things and serving, and you get sat right down. You just, you having a babysit you right here. Come on, and wear this lap skirt, okay? Because holiness is right.
Man.
And we know you've been opening your legs. We gonna cover to hear them.
No,
Like,
I've always
like
seen
that.
women have consequences
No,
in church.
men too. They sit them down.
Haven't seen very many men have
I've seen
consequences in church.
I've seen it happen, but what my concern with, and it's biblical too, they did that in the Bible, whatever. But I would always wonder, like, okay, but these are people who are supposed to be living testimonies, right? You're not sitting these people down at work, like they going to work, telling people they love the Lord still. Like you can't sit them down there. So that got interesting for me personally. But I have experienced people being like, what are you doing? Why are you calling her? We had rules. Like, especially in my youth ministry, it was like, don't be on the phone with the opposite sex after 10 o'clock. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of people, there is a grown man I know walking around right now today who didn't have nothing to do with my church, but he still holds himself accountable to that standard. After 9 p.m., his phone is shut down. He's not answering their call from somebody who's not his wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I do know people who kind of still follow those codes. It's just like, it's enough people that kind of like threw them to the side, like, yeah, we're not doing that.
I'm not going.
The church.
I'll just move on.
All right, they own topic. We gonna come back to you.
We keep saying that.
We do.
It's an ongoing. It's a current struggle, at least in our lives, like how our interaction with the church.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But I was getting ready to ask y'all something, and I was trying to get it back. Daggone it. Okay,
It'll come back.
It'll come back to me.
well, who do you think? All right, so we talked about honorable, dishonorable.
Wait. Did we each say who our honorable people were?
Who's your most honorable category?
I
Is
don't
there a
know. I'm
category?
limited in experience, so I don't got no honorable category. All
Do
of
you
them.
have a category of honorable?
I have a category.
My ladies have been the most
I just have
honorable.
like an honorable list of qualities that I like. I don't
Okay.
have one section of guys that's like
That follows that list
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah, but can we talk about that in musicians though?
I
Can we say
thought we
that?
was talking about that when we was talking about the church.
Because they be in church.
Right. It's
They
not
be the same dudes.
It's not the same.
Low key, high key is the same dudes.
Right.
Your
The
church
diagrams,
musicians.
It really does.
And literally, not
I love
even
y'all.
like
Not everybody love y'all, but I love y'all.
your church musicians play at our shows.
It's true.
They do.
And it's the same dudes.
I think
Anyways,
musicians are.
no shade, but
I think you should be mentally prepared for people who are open when you
Now-
date musicians.
I will say that I also am the one of us who dated a stripper. So, like, what's normal and what is like cringy to some people isn't necessarily normal or cringy to me.
to you.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different.
You love a personality.
Yeah, I love the personality, and I do love a code, and I do love, I like him to be funny, and I like him to be, experimental. And I like, yeah,
Fun.
because it's intense on this side. I like
All right.
those things.
Okay.
Well, I think what makes a musician somebody that you want to date is their energy. They're musicians. They're artists. That means they're soulful. That means they're intuitive. That means they are artistic. That means they're creative. That means they're outgoing a lot of
Their
times.
hands, they got a rhythm and a beat and a flow.
Right.
Y'all
They
know my
do.
little thing?
They know the. I'm about to this margarita's. Oh my God. But they have the things that, like, I don't know. It's sexy. It's fun. It's adventurous.
Intoxicating.
They have a thing about them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, but the thing that you love about them is also the thing that you hate about them.
It does.
Mr. Saturday Night is Mr. Saturday Night, baby. Everybody loves that charisma.
Hello.
Everybody loves it, and you have to be a certain type of dude to have charisma. Have a bunch of chicks falling in love with that and being like, I just want to be with one gal.
I think I can
The
say
likelihood of that happening is,
I don't know.
I don't know, the probability is low.
I don't know. I can sum it up. I like lover boys.
Okay.
I do.
Is a
the ones-
musician a lover boy, you think?
Sometimes they
Sometimes
are, sometimes
they
they're
are.
not. But
Okay.
So that sums up my category. So no matter if they're a church boy, if they are corporate, if they're
That's your favorite category.
That's my
the
favorite.
romantic guys.
Give me a romantic man, somebody who has a soft spot for me.
Yes.
You know what
You
I'm
and
saying?
only you.
Just for me.
A loyal romantic man.
Because and I do want you to be a little bit dangerous. Like a little bit. Because here's the thing.
What's dangerous? Because dangerous could be like.
I want you to be a gunner.
Right.
I want you to be good with them hands. Okay? I want you to be able to box if you need to. Alright?
Okay.
I want you to be able to protect me.
Yeah.
If it comes down to it. Because if we were to walk outside or go into an event and niggas see me and they like, oh, who you with? And I'm like, I'm with him. And they like, baby, no, you're not. I'm gonna look at you and be like, you won't let them talk to you like that?
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying? I like you to be able.
I don't know if that's dangerous as much as that. I view that as like just masculine.
No, that is masculine, but I like a little bit more on top.
A little extra.
I like you to be able to go a little bit further. Because you gotta handle me. You know what I mean? Like, I need to handle it for real.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you no.
Well, you gotta
But you
be
gotta
the
be
alpha. Cause you alpha.
Because you gotta be able to be like, I wish you would try me.
Same.
And me be like, okay.
Right. You gotta be able to go
She
above
exists.
and
I
beyond.
know I never met her, but she is there.
Apparently she exists.
She's in
She
there.
exists.
I had my ex.
Softy Carmen is a thing.
Oh,
Okay.
for sure. My ex, I was like, yeah, I think, I'm going to just take a couple of days and maybe I'm going to go to a hotel. I'm just book myself in a hotel. I just need to, get away for a minute. He said, I will burn that hotel to the ground. Try me. I don't know why you thinking you going to bed without me.
Oh.
That was enough.
Right. He just threatened her life.
He really did.
He threatened to burn the whole hotel down, and we just said, "Oh, we need help."
It's us. We part of the problem.
We are part of the problem.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta be able to talk to me like that. And if you can't,
well, that brings me to my next category. Actually, who are the safest men?
The nerds.
The nerds, though.
You guys, I wasn't prepared for this conversation.
I knew we were having it.
Not this one categories.
That's right. I'm
that's fair.
sorry. That's
fair.
Y'all know I'm not quick on my feet.
We didn't give her the category.
I forgot.
You're right.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna listen to yours though.
I'm excited. What's the safest guy? What's your safest guy?
The safest guy I feel like is, I don't know how I would define the safest guy. I agree with you. I think my guy needs to definitely know how to fight and hold his own. Like, he can't be a punk. He can't be a nut. And you can't back down to everything. Like, now, with a woman like me, okay, I'm rah-rah. Y'all see this here?
Oh, yeah, she is.
I'm so extra. Like, I be drawn.
And I'm not extra, but I'm gonna call you a pussy if you being one.
And I won't call you that, but I will yell and throw us. I'm better
treat
now.
you like a pussy.
At this delicious, not even at this delicious age, I have evolved. I'm a little growner than I used to be. But child, I slapped a man in his face in the middle of Temple University campus.
Oh my God.
That's what I used to be on.
Right.
He called me a bitch, and I was like, I know you effing like. We gonna see. Watch this. This bitch about to slap
Who got
you.
your bitch now?
And see,
And
that's the thing. I feel like if a grown man call me a bitch, first of all, we are not girlfriends. Don't call me a bitch. Because if you call me a bitch, I'm calling you a pussy in front of your friends.
It ain't
And
even.
that's just where it's gonna be.
I don't even need to call
I'm
you
not talking to you
nothing.
after that, but I'll call
I'm
you a pussy.
going to deal with you however the good Lord sees fit. Because what's going to happen next is going to be a reaction. And whatever the reaction is, it is what it is. You got what you paid for. And so, that's how I ended up slapping dude in the middle of the campus. Because I didn't want a child anyway. That was past life. So, I need my dude to have a combination of like calm, but also don't play with me. Like a combo of that. I feel like that is the safest place I've ever been in. Is a dude that does not exert his power, but has the power to exert should he
You are
need
talking
to.
to me.
That's my favorite right there. Like, he will knock you the fuck out over me, but he won't do it unless you uber disrespectful. Because I'm going to get hyped first anyway, because you're not going to disrespect me, period. And he's going to be like, girl, come on, let's just go.
Okay.
But should you overstep?
And see, I like one that his mere presence makes everybody sit up straight. I like the ones that's gonna be like, oh, let me not. I would, and I might, if he not nowhere around, I might let her know. But he in the building. If he's in the building, he ain't even gotta be in a room. If he's in the building, ain't no way. I want it to be like that.
Yeah. Fair. I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
What about you?
Quiet storm. It's the quiet storm.
I am historically known for liking feminine men.
That feels safe to you.
It feels safe to me emotionally.
Okay.
It feels safe to me physically. And I just be having to wrangle them in to get him together. Like, you gotta tighten up when we in public. Like, don't be out here embarrassing me though.
Well, wait a minute.
Tell me what a feminine man looks like to you. Like, describe them.
They're usually probably shorter than you. Not than me,
Or
but
shorter
they're
than
not
most
tall.
guys.
Short
They're not
as-
tall
as
guys.
right. They're not necessarily
I
tall.
learned so much.
I was
No.
thinking more energy. Like,
They are energetically just like
softer.
They can
A little more
handle
sensitive.
my emotional self because I'm not going rah turn up on you. I'm not cussing people out in the street unless I'm driving or something like that. And I be drawing. I have my own versions of draw for sure. They are intense and legit. They count. So you got to be able to navigate that. But on the other side, I'm really emotional. I'm really sensitive. I'm really like, I don't like to get what I be giving out. So like, treat me nicer than I treat you. And we can talk about it on the other end.
Girls.
Yeah,
You need girls.
yeah, we can talk about it
Wow.
on the other side.
Yeah, that's
I met some guys who could really handle that though.
no, I'm for sure.
Really?
Because honestly, masculine energy is gonna like absorb that and give you back something that is a little more stable, or even a lot more stable. So like, yeah. But this batch of ninjas that's out right now, it's a rare find to find ones that can really be
The tree.
Yes.
The tree.
And those are the ones I like.
'Cause
I like them.
It's a lot of wiggling and wobbling, like out here.
Yeah.
Like there's not. I've encountered the same thing. Like I've encountered that there are a lot of guys who are not stable.
Yeah.
It's
you
not.
gotta talk them through their mood swings and
Yeah,
their emotional
that's. I
And
can
now I'm tired. Now we both
exhausted.
The
I'm
masculine
emotionally
energy
drained.
in me
Yeah.
was over it 2 hours ago. I don't have the stamina. I don't have
Right.
the capability. I don't have it. I cannot be bothered. So I couldn't deal with a feminine man that has that level of feminine energy because I think my masculine energy overpowers that. And it just don't work out. It don't work out. He ends up feeling disrespected.
And that's fair. It's usually a beautiful balance of feminine and masculine energy in males that I teach. So it's like, if it's ever out of balance, it do get real weird. Because when it's too feminine, I am like, all right.
Because now you the ninja.
Now I'm the nigga. And I don't like that.
Right.
But if, I don't like it because you don't like it, but I need you to see that we've had enough. Enough's enough. We talked about it and it's going to be okay.
Yes,
Let's go get something to eat. You need to eat, baby.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
And that's beautiful for you because I'll hit you with one of these. All right, have a good day. Have the best day you can. I think we've exhausted our possibilities in this conversation right now. We can visit this later when we both have some space. Like, that's what I'm gonna hit you with.
that's when the books
I'm
come
gonna hit
in.
you with a click. I'm gonna hit you with don't text me no more.
No,
I can't. When I say I can't at all, the moment you give me a like floodgate of emotions that we can't work through quickly with logic, I cannot anymore. It's over. We're done. Logic has to be at the forefront. I can't. Talking about it is making me tired.
And
it's good.
so
Jesus.
what I learned.
God, I can't.
What I learned is that I do have the ability. Sometimes I can tap into the capacity to be that patient.
I'm exhausted.
But also, after that, I am exhausted. and you no longer have the version of me that you like the most. You know what I mean? Because you made me be you for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I gotta go and repair and restore. And I've learned just now that I can't do that with you. So now I gotta do something else. So now I missed her.
I'm
Carmen's a good
patient.
friend. She's great.
Oh, I'm patient, but I be ready for the hang up too. I'm quick to hang up. I'm not quick to block, but when I block, like, please don't fucking call me.
Yeah.
Stop texting me. Don't Instagram, DM me. Don't do none of that. Like,
Yeah.
leave me alone. When
I
I get
need
to
my blocking.
the leave me alone space, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to talk again another day.
You
'Cause
do
you're
a
not
lot
about
of
to
like
like me.
back and forth with you too.
Yeah.
You're very
I'm
but
patient.
you're emotional too.
I'm masculine
So-
and feminine energy equal. My feminine energy is more for sure.
For sure.
Mhm.
But I'm equal, so I want somebody to be patient and understanding with me. So
you
I
need
try
a
to do that
50-50
with my
just like you're
partners.
50-50.
Right. And I need somebody who's willing to be like, when they ready to be like, fuck it, you got to be like, you know what, that ain't right, and then come back. Because that's me too. I be like, I can't deal with it, and I be off it, but then I be like, you know what, it's not fair to us. Let's keep talking about it. And usually what happens is,
God bless.
the moment you say something that I can't deal, it could be like 60 seconds into me saying,
like, oh, never mind.
I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I can't, I'm out. I be
That's
out.
hilarious.
No, she will be out and come back.
And come back.
I will be out and you'll never see me
I
again.
very don't.
And I'm the middle. I'll tell you. I communicate very directly what it is.
Yeah.
The issue is people do not believe me, or they don't listen because it's not elevated all the time. It's not really like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not gonna insult you. I'm not gonna do none of that because that's abusive, and I'm not gonna abuse you. But I'm just gonna tell you seriously and truthfully, I don't get it. I've exhausted everything that I can do right now in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use words like that.
God bless you.
And I'm gonna say, I want you to have a good day, and we'll talk later.
That's so kind.
Yeah, I try to be kind. I try to be really kind. But like the ones sometimes that I meet, they be like, speaking of blocking,
Block.
I blocked the nigga and I blocked the nigga on my iPhone, on my Facebook, and on my Instagram. Why I get an email? I got an email.
He's
I just want to know why you blocked me. He said, I'm not playing with you. And under different circumstances, I would have been like, ooh. But like, it was him. So
I don't play like that. You send me an email after I blocked you, I'm calling the cops. Get off my phone. Get off my email. Excuse me, somebody is stalking me. I'm sober. I'm terrified. I can tell you his address.
I like mine. It's a little bit dangerous.
No.
Because the question is, how did he find me?
He got your email.
How did he find me?
No, you found
He
me.
never had
You
my
shouldn't
email.
have. You were blocked. You went around the block and did some fuck shit.
I think
I'm
emails
calling
are
the cops.
public.
But see, that's just me
knowledge.
because I told y'all I need a handler. You gotta be able to handle.
But see, also, I don't block people that I don't actually want blocked.
I need a minute.
No,
So-
I did want him blocked, so that's why I didn't reach back out. But
Right.
I respected the
No.
fact that he was just
That
like,
he tried
first of all,
more.
who are you talking to?
No.
You gotta now don't try this at home, okay? And what I mean by that is everybody can't handle me like that,
Right.
okay? Just remember, not everybody can do that.
She said, Jill Scott said.
If you can handle me like that, you can handle me like that. But if you can't handle me like that, you can't handle me like that.
On that note, the Philly girls are out. Okay.
Okay.
Any other categories you want to discuss before we head out?
What did we do? We did musicians, we did church guys, and that was a 2-for-1.
We did nerdy guys.
Nerdy guys.
We didn't do athletes or corporate guys, really. How y'all feel about them?
Athletes. Athletes are fun. Athletes are fun. I enjoyed my time with the athletes. I've never had a I won't say serious relationship. I'm a serial monogamist. All my relationships have been serious. But it wasn't something in my adult life that like would have gone anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was like college, high school, like those types of situations. So you know that's not gonna last, right? So like I don't know what it's like to date an athlete at this age, at like in the grown world where grown-ups like be together.
I think
That's
that's
nice.
yeah.
How'd that go?
Excuse me. It was. Sorry. It was. It was cool. The parts about it that I enjoyed were like the discipline around my diet.
Yes, I like this.
The discipline around my diet, because he was like, I can't do carbs every day. I know you like pasta, but I can't eat like that. So we would meal prep.
That sounds terrible.
It was like a lot of effort and a lot of energy, but I was in such great shape. When I tell you great shape, I can show you pictures. I was showing somebody the pictures recently, and I'm like, damn, I used to really look like that.
Wow.
I looked amazing. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Cut up in my abs, toned thighs, like really toned arms, my back. Like, and we would work out. It was important to him that we both worked out. So
okay.
I loved that part.
Yeah, at the time that I dated athletes, I was a dancer, so I was in my own great
Let
shape.
me add this. The sex was amazing. Go ahead.
Okay, stamina, she said.
Yes, I did. I said upside down. That's what I said. Strength.
Well,
Yes, I did.
yeah, so we were not meal prepping, but we were.
I said a vertical 69. Go ahead.
My arms be tired. I want to rest. Keep going. I'm listening.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm like this. Go ahead.
But I did enjoy the discipline in general. Like, I encountered, so the dudes that I talked to, they were athletes. They had discipline of mind, just in general. They weren't easily swayed by things. Like, it wasn't just their sportsmanship, or they didn't just do it in sports. Like, they had strength of mind. They weren't like wiggly wobbly dudes. It was like they had ideas about stuff, and they stuck to that. Like, it was a thing. Like, they had structure. Like, yo, I got practice at 4 o'clock. I need to leave the house at 3. Like, I can't be playing around with you, or I can't see you till after the game. I love you so much. I see you after the game.
Yeah.
Like, here go my hoodie. You can wear it in the stands. But I can't see you. Like, you come up on Friday, I'll see you after the game Saturday afternoon. And I like, that was dope to me. It was like, oh, you have a standard of something, like something that's.
We love that, by the way.
We love guys with standards.
It's
Like, it might seem to you like your girl be drawing, or that she don't really want you to do things that make you better. But the truth is, every one of us, we all love it when you draw that line and hold that boundary and be like, I'm doing this because it's gonna make me better.
And take initiative. Oh my gosh, that is like so sexy to us. Like, we love a dude that will take initiative over his life in any capacity, whether he's entrepreneuring, whether he's doing sports, whether he's working out, whether he's like, I don't know, just like consistency in some area of his life. Like, oh my gosh, that's
So sexy.
chef's kiss. He loved that.
So we like somebody with a code of conduct.
Yes.
We like someone who is disciplined.
Yeah.
And honestly, I guess that's intentional. You guys talking about right now. What are some categories of things that you guys like and love? Or what is it? I guess it's not a moral or value, but come on, y'all. What's the word? When you a trait. What is a trait of your favorite type of
Yeah. Don't forget the lover boys.
the lover boys? Right. We talking about the lover boys.
Oh my god.
That's
okay.
cute too. That's cute.
What
I
you
don't
mean?
know.
Okay, have you
okay.
ever had a nigga like buy you roses and light candles and decorate the house
Oh, I love that.
and like
No, the answer is no, but I
for
like you.
you? It like in his boxer briefs, like I like niggas who do that, who play that, who say show up at this address at this time and wear something nice.
Oh, I do love that.
Or I'm
I love that
sending
in
you
a
a
partner. I'm gonna go ahead and move
love
over.
that.
Yeah.
I like that on a less grand scale.
I like it on all the scales.
I like it in a more practical way. Like, I'm not really pressed for you to decorate the house or light a bunch of candles. Every so often, that's nice. Like, we can do that, like, on vacation or, in a anniversary or something. But I would much rather you do something practical for me. Like, I like little sweet notions. I like that.
I like those too. But what I'm saying is the guy who does the little sweet notions is also the same guy
Not
who would do the big gestures.
sometimes.
Really?
Yeah,
Not in
but
your life? In my experience, they've been the same guy.
if they haven't been, but that's okay because I don't like the over the top. I don't really like that.
Give me the universe.
Yeah.
You hear me? I want it all.
No,
I want the things.
I don't like that much. So I'm cool with just the notions, and maybe we just never got that far. I don't know, but I'm okay with that.
My favorite lover is a perfect blend of masculine and feminine, who is a lover, who is kind and will do the candles and do the flowers and do the love up on you, rubs, kisses, come home, let's talk, and be assertive in their workspace and is intentional and is just
We do love a leader.
all
Come
that
on.
in a bag of motherfucking chips.
Yes.
So that is a thing that I'm gonna cheers to from her goddamn motherfucking self. Shout out to me.
Shout out to you.
Okay.
Cheers.
I'm
Okay.
playing.
Listen, watch one more episode.
Okay.
Do
Weddings are
Beginning.
over and out. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
All right. See y'all at the next one.
We love y'all.